And like we said last time, off to see Spain boy, Manuel Godoy. Try to convince him to vote for the Louisiana Purchase. Or vote to cede it to France and not tell him about the American individuals. Plan. I just remember where he is. Art, Adams, mine. I don't know. We'll work on it until we find the sign. So the fruit on the floor. Fuck.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Does seem like something to investigate. France and Spain going to war right now.
A pattern with 4 circles. Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Hopefully he didn't kill himself or something. But it does look like more like there was a fight. So.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris, and there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
A 4 circle shaped key, how convenient. But the box we just saw over there, I'd imagine.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Yay, free shit.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Mariette. All right. I've retrieved everything.
I don't know why we came in here to retrieve everything, but it's fine though. Oh, he's right here. Okay.
Leave me, Deriche. I don't feel like talking.
Your door was ajar, and, well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
We could psychology our way past him. He's, you know. But whatever. Let's go find Mr. Good.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
So shit's about to hit the fan in the real world, basically. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty appropriate. I always could be wrong.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Where is Godoy's room? I don't remember.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
What are you doing, sir?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
I need to talk to Godoy, not you.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way. Perhaps he didn't hear you. Did you try entering?
No, of course not. It would not be proper, after all.
He won't let me by. We'll have to find another way of getting into the damned room.
I don't think making him leave is that good of an idea. Where's he get down here? Oh, we just go to my room and then around. Okay, that's easy. Easy peasy. One trade for me. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully. Right. Now we can just go out on the catwalk or the balcony and go over to Ezra, hopefully. As would make sense. Knock knock. Are you home, Spanish man? And Mr. Hayes.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
My lord. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the skills or the points to do anything with that. So. Volner's not walking anywhere else. I would enter the door. Still back. Just to be a dick.
Don
Hey, I'm
Quixote.
inside. Haha.
Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I don't think Mr. Godoy does that very much.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Manuel, where are you? You must speak, sir. I'm in his room, right? Yeah, I'm in his room. Okay. I double check myself.
Amber crystals. Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to. Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar.
Why are you not here, Godoy? Where are you? You must talk, sir.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking. Volner's probably still behind the door. I best go out through the balcony just in case. Manuel Godoy. A painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Just eat that honey right away. See anything else in here I can fuck with?
The Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal?
He's not outside. Where the frick is he? just tell Volner he's not in there now. We checked from the balcony.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way. He won't let me by. I'll have to find another
I mean,
way to
obviously
get into
Godoy
the
is somewhere
damn room.
else. I guess we need to figure out where that is. So. Off we go.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Do a lap around, see whose doors we can go in. Any others besides the Frenchman? Maybe we need to talk to him more.
President George Washington.
George, are you home? Barge in to see your stuff.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role.
He wants the U.S. to become big and strong. Which is fair.
Locked.
Won't be obvious we were in here stealing
A
shit.
map of Vermont.
It's the key for the trunk. I guess nobody realizes that we're stealing their keys.
Portrait of George Washington.
I see we commented a little snarkily about how the Spanish guy had
Carmelite water.
a portrait of
If you drink
himself.
this, it'll give you a real boost.
But George has a portrait of himself. We're not gonna say nothing. Okay. See how it is.
Locked. The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, you can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
I don't know who W. Thompson is, but President Washington is Drake. Okay. Good to know for our future endeavors. I guess. They hadn't even cleaned up.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
No yellow. Let's just unlock.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Yep, and she's dead now, so it is what it is.
A Chinese coin. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again.
Yeah, but she's dead
August
now.
24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still...
And she's dead now. It's very unfortunate. We did try to summon Satan though. Just consume the honey as I get it. I'm allowed to go down. Which we probably will in a minute because we still need to find this fucker.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
Just busy knocking on the door so we can ransack his room too. Let's go.
The signs of obscurantism.
More honey.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Golden elixir.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
I don't know what zinc is.
The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I've found out about my mother. The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program. The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting. Thus ends the great work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation. Very metaphorical as occult theories go, the human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
It's a conspiracy and everyone's in on it.
The alchemist is an old man.
Amber.
They're creepy way to say Amber. get out of this man's room. Continue on our journey, right? Figure out where the mill is. And well, where'd you go? Maybe the French guy knows more than he thought, than he said. I think we could psychology our way into him, but let's try one more time talking to him, see what happens.
I asked you to leave me alone.
But I don't want to. I guess we get downstairs and we'll hopefully find him. Checked all the rooms up here. And hopefully we convince him to give Louisiana to France. It says try to convince him, so I assume things will probably work out either way. Even if we fail. But it is what it is. My character is highly unoptimized because the game, I think one should play another way more than I am, but it is what it is. I'm 100% gonna do this again and just follow a guide and get everything 100% because I want all the achievements, but that's what it is. Always the butterflies.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed. I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
Colt. Well, Colt costs one more. I don't like it. So.
But, Monsieur, just think about it. It will enable the United States to become a giant democratic state. What a message for the rest of the world.
We will shove your damn democracy down your throat, de Richet. I will raise the whole of Europe against you. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
What does he think of that? Where's first? Politics, immune etiquette. Not immune to whatever this is.
First of all, the question is to know what Louisiana can be used for. We agree that today all it brings you is death. Every day a few more Spaniards die far from their birthplace.
I cannot deny that Louisiana is a veritable quagmire. You have a point there. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
I don't feel like he cares as much about that. I don't know. And we're gonna assume this man. I mean, this man likes his monarchies. He likes shit. We'll see
My
about
Lord
that.
Duke, in these uncertain times, I believe it would be to your advantage to be rid of Louisiana in order to focus your attention on your colonies in the South. It will show the court the man you really are and how much you truly deserve your position.
And it will silence all the jibes and jeers aimed at my person. Then people would only see me as the man who consolidated the frontiers of the Spanish Empire.
What a statesman you are.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow.
Well, that's one thing out of the way.
Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Go to bed. Okay.
Amber
Lock the
crystals.
shifts and then go to bed. Searched everyone's room. We spoke to everybody. I'm not go back out the other door because then I know where I'm going. So then otherwise. Tomorrow we'll have the big old conference. I wish I could click on the servants and they could just take me wherever I want to go. Be like a fast travel. Instead of having to freaking run everywhere. It's fastest way to my room. Where's my room? Okay.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I can't go in her room. He's not there. Shut the fuck up. Knocking on the door all fucking night.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Yes, get the fuck out.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
There's no point trying to persuade me. Don't hold it against me.
Of course not, silly. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Not particularly, but we'll say
Of course, Emily.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
No, we're
Unfortunately,
selling Louisiana.
my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, Are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
How nice.
Come, Louis.
Slow forward.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing: to keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
He's an angry little man.
Emily?
She wasn't there
Emily?
when you woke up with your vision
Are you
last
there?
night. Why would she still be there now?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm
Yes.
coming. Thank you. Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
My
Yeah,
friends,
shake
the
stand.
conference is about to begin.
There are
Please
no
excuse me
points
if
down.
I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it. Even though my choice won't count.
Then shut the fuck up. Stop
Against.
trying to persuade him.
Against.
Against.
And you, Luke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Godoy?
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory,
Anyone under my roof is, by definition, my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille!
Let's end the charade. It's over!
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
We don't want to let him blow his head off.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Of course, we can't choose any of those options.
Jack, calm down. You're frightening everyone. Look at yourself. This is not the real you. Come on.
Rest assured, my friends.
We failed.
You're in
Let's
no
just have
danger from me.
That's unfortunate. But yeah. Didn't quite go the way I wanted it to go. But I wanted to shave Jack Peru, but it's fine. I got 2 levels that time. Fancy. It's available. Okay. I don't know where I want to spend them. It's gonna take a lot to get anything up to level 3. Unlock everything at least. Everything level 1. Okay. Wish I had more, but I can't choose books this time.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest.
I know who chose a better option. I could have got this correctly, but this was.
Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
And now we can pick our books, okay. Let's do do agility. The only three we can do. We'll talk to him and see what he wants in a moment.